Today, I'm going to be showing you a surefire way to dramatically improve your rap vocals. My name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 9 years. Now, let's get straight to it. When you're a newer rapper and you're up and coming, you don't really realize all the different roles that go into making a song. You just think of, hey, I'm gonna write some lyrics. Maybe you try to record those lyrics, and that's pretty much it. And then you quickly realize, like, man, how come my stuff don't sound as good as like some of my favorite rappers? How come my vocals sound like they're lacking and the delivery doesn't sound as good and stuff like that? Well, that's because you likely don't realize what actually goes on in a studio when you're recording vocals, like what that actually looks like. You don't get to see the behind the scenes of what that process is like when your favorite artists and stuff are in the studio. And today I'm going to show you a behind the scenes look at one of the songs I recently produced with one of my students. His name is MC Rhino, and this is the third track that I produced for him. So just in case you don't know, I'm not just a rapper, I'm also a producer. And by producer, what that means is people come to me to help them finish their songs and get their songs to the finish line. And that can mean many different things based on what the needs are for that particular song. So for an example, for this song, my student was struggling to find like the perfect beat for this song. He had this vision in his head where he's like, I want like a club banger, but I want it to be like a Little John sounding type of track. And he searched for days and like listened to hundreds of beats and could not find the perfect beat. So that's where we started. I started actually making the beat with him, and we produced the beat. And then I helped produce the vocals. And vocal production is another one of those big roles that we play into getting a song to the finish line. And vocal production is like recording vocals and like knowing what to listen for to pick the best takes and to get the best recording possible. So I do a lot of vocal recording, like remotely over the internet, recording people's vocals, coaching them through that process to get the best take for them. Then there's another role, another big role, which is like mixing. Like your recordings and the instrumental is not just going to sound amazing just automatically. You have to actually mix that stuff together to make it all sound balanced and sound really awesome. And then there's also other production elements of things that are lacking a lot of times. Like for example, let's say you lease an instrumental, you write your song to it, but did you put anything on the intro, or did you put anything on the outro? Like did you just leave them blank? Little things like that a lot of times are missing, and people don't really know what to do with those parts. And so I also fill a lot of those parts in too if I feel like it needs something. And that's just being the producer. A producer's like it's like the football coach. The producer knows everything that needs to be done to get that song to the finish line, basically. And so sometimes that means we're doing everything. Sometimes it means we have other people doing those things and we're overseeing them. But you as an artist starting off, we all have to just kind of take on these roles, whether we realize it or not. And the main thing I want you to get out of this video is understanding the role of a vocal producer and producing your vocals. And one of the biggest techniques you can use to get better sounding vocals. And it's a little thing we call comping. So let's jump into the session and let's talk about what that actually is. So quickly, let me explain to you what this song is about. So MC Rhino is a unique rapper. He's like a comedic rapper. He makes really funny songs, and he also kind of sneaks a nice message in there as well, but it doesn't come off like preachy or anything like that. It's just fun. It's fun songs that have a message to them. And so this one is called Dang Baby. All right, and the premise is basically he's in a club, he sees this very attractive girl, so he goes up and he tries to talk to her, and then the girl has a really, really bad gas problem. Okay, and so really the overall message of the song is about beauty being deeper than just looks and being able to look past some of the negative things that come with being in a relationship, like seeing the good and not just the bad, seeing what's really most important. Over time, beauty can fade, physical things can fade, but who that person is remains. And so that's kind of the deeper meaning of the song. But so for the intro, again, a lot of people leave intros blank, but we created a skit together. And so since he wanted a Little John type of track, I actually do like an impersonation of Little John on the intro. I'm just going to play that for you real quick so you can kind of get a sense of the vibe of the song and stuff when we start listening to the verse. So check this out and check out some of the sound effects that I added in here to kind of create a moment, an atmosphere, a vibe. Check this out.
Yo, Cole. Yeah. I love this one. Grab the Henny and get on the floor, bro.
Okay.
Ooh, wee. Who is that?
I don't know, but you better go find out.
Girl, you look good. What's that?
Oh my God.
What is that smell? Dang, baby, you got that ass, baby. You got me wanting to spend all my cash, baby. But damn, baby, you got that gas, baby. I need a mask, I'm harassed by the blast, baby. Dang, baby, you got that ass, baby. You got me wanting to spend all my cash, baby. But damn, baby, you got that gas, baby. I need a mask, I'm harassed by the blast, baby. The way you dancing.
So you get a gist of it, right? It's a funny club banger type of track. That's what we're working with here. But let's go to the verse 2. I want to show you something. So here we are on verse 2. I'm just going to look at a little segment of it. Look at all these different colors, right? Each color you see is a different take that we've recorded. And so what I do with a lot of people that I'm producing is that we'll record multiple takes. This is actually a little bit on the lighter side. I have a student right now, I'm finishing up his album, and some of his takes, I have like 15, 20 different takes because I'm really pushing him to get a certain type of tone and sound out of his voice. And so I'm listening for certain like very specific things and I'm trying to get them out. And then later I'll go through and I'll chop it up basically. And I'm picking the best pieces of the different recordings. Very rarely will two different recordings that you do sound exactly the same. And that right there is the power of this technique we call vocal comping. It's taking the best pieces of your different recordings, combining them together in a way that where you can't tell it was ever done in the first place. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So the very beginning of verse 2 right here, this is the one, let's play the one I've already kept, which is already highlighted here. Listen to this.
We coalesce at the city's best restaurant. Girl, you...
Listen to the way he said restaurant, okay? Now I'm gonna play this green one down here. And on this one, the energy isn't quite the same. The tone kind of drifts off a little bit, and I just didn't like the quality of it as much, and that's why I didn't pick this one. Check this out.
We coalesce at the city's best restaurant. Girl, you...
It's not bad, it's just I didn't like it as much. It just moved around a little bit too much for me. I just didn't prefer that. Let's check out this next one over here. Let's see this one.
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante.
Now check this out, debutante. Let's zoom in a little bit. See, I actually used a different recording for the taunt on debutante. That's how deep this thing can get to where like literally you can comp one syllable if it don't sound right to you. Let me check out how the original taunt sounded. Check this out.
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante.
It just dropped down a little bit too much in energy on taunt. Let's listen to this one.
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante. We shoot.
Just a little bit more energy on that one, a little bit more fullness.
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante.
Again, this one.
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante.
Let's check out this one down here. What's this one sound?
Girl, you dress to impress, you're a debutante.
That one too. You hear it just drops down a little bit in energy. Another thing is I liked how he was playing around with his voice, like this, girl, that very first part, girl. That's very intentional. Like we wanted that to sound funny and kind of silly. And this was one of my favorite takes for that very reason. I like how he sounded on the word girl. Check this out.
Girl, you dress.
Girl. Now let me check out this other one.
Girl, you dress to impress.
Not bad.
Girl, you dress.
Listen to this one again.
Girl, you dress to.
And this one down here.
Girl, you dress to impress. You're a dick. Girl, you dress to impress.
All the girls are pretty good on this one. It's just after that, the vocal just kind of falls back and it loses some energy. Listen to that after girl.
Girl, you dress to impress. You're a debut.
After girl, you're dressed to impress. That part just drops down.
Girl, you dress to impress. You're a debut.
You hear that? It comes back on press, feels full again, but it drops down. Listen to this one.
Girl, you dress to impress. You're a debutante.
That one was a good take. That was a good take as well. Let's go back to the top.
Girl, you dress to impress. You're a debutante.
So really, this is a situation where I had two really strong takes. I could have picked either one of them takes right there. They both sound super awesome to me. Let's see. Let's check out this one down here. I picked both of these. Let's listen to this.
We shoot the breeze as you cut the cheese. I got a
fart sound effect. So we shoot the breeze.
We shoot the breeze as you.
All right, focus on that. Shoot the breeze. And I'm gonna go to another take.
We shoot the breeze as you cut.
That one didn't quite have the same amount of character and energy.
We shoot the breeze as you.
Go back to this one.
We shoot the breeze as you.
See how breeze just kind of pops out? We shoot the breeze.
We shoot the breeze as you.
Way more animated. That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted the cartoon, we wanted funny, we wanted silly.
We shoot the breeze as you cut the. We shoot the breeze as you cut.
And so that one right there just didn't have the same character. It didn't sound as good. This purple one sounded pretty good.
We shoot the breeze as you cut. We shoot the breeze as you cut.
But this one, I don't know. I just like, it had like a certain level of control that I liked, or a certain level of like evenness to the sound. It didn't sound as dramatically different on each little phrase right here. Now, do you see how each one of those takes, they all sound different? There's little different things about them. And so by using this vocal comping technique, you can go through and pick the best parts of all your different takes. Now, this isn't an excuse to not try to get really good, solid vocal recordings to begin with. That should be what you're trying to do. You know, we're not just going into the studio without practicing first. Like all my students, before we record songs and stuff like that, I have them practicing. Like I've already gone through typically, and I've like polished up the song. Usually any parts that need to be tweaked or whatever, I've already like recorded those parts for them so they can reference what I'm doing, and they're practicing, like improving in those areas. And then, so by the time you go to the studio, you've already practiced, and now it's execution time. And even with practice, this is just us still pushing things further, like trying to get the best sound possible. And so you don't always just have to record one take and that's it. Like, man, record multiple takes. Now don't go crazy with it. Don't go recording no freaking 20, 30 takes. Like, try to keep it minimum, because if you record way too many takes, you're just making stuff way more difficult to you, and it's going to create a lot more friction, and you're going to be a lot more likely to want to procrastinate working on that song because you're just giving yourself way too much crap to go through. Try to limit it. You know, if you can limit it to like 5 takes, 5, 10 is kind of pushing it, you know, but 5 takes is good, man. Like 5 solid takes. Try to get you like 5 solid takes. And if it's just a part you're really, really struggling with, you maybe get a little bit more takes than that. But you can see how powerful this is, man. You'd be surprised at how many tracks you hear that have been comped just like this. And you would never know it. The whole point of doing it right is it's not supposed to sound comped. You know, like I showed you, earlier, like I literally comped 1 syllable from another recording and you couldn't tell. So whatever program that you're using, do a little Google search. If you don't know how to do comping in that program, do a little Google search, like how to vocal comp in whatever program that you're using. This is a program I use called Reaper. It's like my main DAW, digital audio workstation. It's what I live in this program. And it's one I highly recommend. If you don't already have a DAW, this is a great DAW to use, and it's super cheap, AKA also free. You don't even have to ever pay for it if you don't want to. But yeah, if you're struggling with your song and getting it to the finish line, be sure to check out my one-on-one coaching service. I help my students with all different types of things to help get them songs to the finish line. I also offer a mixing service. I also offer a music review service. So be sure to check the links in the video description below for all of that. Again, my name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, where I strive to make you a better rapper now. And be sure to get yourself a free copy of my ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, via the link in the video's description below. And subscribe to this channel for more straight to the point, no BS, how to rap video tutorials just like this one. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it, kill it.